This is a Cherokee story of Rabbit and Possum after a wife. Now, Rabbit is always looking for mischief. He's always getting into trouble. And Rabbit was out one day searching for mischief, when all of a sudden down the trail he saw Possum, and he thought, fun, and he hopped down that trail. And he said to Possum, Possum, where you going? What you doing? Possum said, nothing. I'm just out. Well, Possum, I have been thinking. I need a wife. A wife? Why? Well, Possum, if I had a wife, why, she could cook a big pot of stew for me. Possum said, well, I guess I need a wife too then, because I can't cook. And Possum, if I had a wife, she could clean up my lodge. Well, I need a wife then, because my lodge is dirty. And Possum, if I had a wife, why, she could make a new shirt for me. Well, I need a new shirt. Mine's got a hole in it. But, Rabbit, where are we going to get a wife? Well, now, I've been thinking about that, and I have a plan. We'll go over to the next village, and I'll tell all the animals that the chief has made a new rule. And that rule is, if you do not have a mate, you must find a mate. And we'll find a wife. Possum said, well, I guess that'd work. Well, come on, Possum, let's go. Possum said, well, I'll hurry just fast as I can. Now that Rabbit made 3 big hops, and he's over in the next village. And he stood out before the animals, and he said, I have been sent by the chief, and he has made a new rule. All of you animals that do not have a mate must find a mate. And, all these animals, they began to rush around and look, and they all found a mate. And that Rabbit found a pretty little mate. Oh, she was so cute. And about that time, into the village came Possum. Well, here I am. And Rabbit said, but Possum, where you been? There's no one left for you. But I needed a wife. I want a wife. Now, where am I going to get a wife? Well, now, just wait, Possum. Tell you what. I'm going to hop over to the next village, and I'll tell them exactly the same thing. But now, this time, you hurry up and get over there. Well, I'll hurry just fast as I can. Now that Rabbit and that new little mate, they made 3 big hops over to the next village. And now the mischief. And Rabbit stepped forward, and he said, I have been sent by the chief, and he has made a new rule. He said that all you animals are getting fat and lazy, and he wants you to get up and practice war. Whew! And all these animals, they jumped up and they began to fight and kick and wrestle and roll on the ground. They're getting in shape. And Rabbit and his new little mate, they hid behind the bushes to watch the fun. And all these animals are getting in shape. They're fighting and wrestling and rolling. And into the village came Possum. Well, here I am. And all the animals stopped fighting. And they looked at Possum, and they said, why, who is this that has come into our village? This must be the enemy. And they jumped on that Possum, and they hit him, and they kicked him, and they pulled his tail. They jumped up and down on top of him. And Possum was, why are these animals mad at me? I don't even know these animals. They're gonna kill me for sure. I must save myself. And the Possum played dead. And the animals looked at Possum there on the ground, and they said, "Why, this is no fun. Let's go find another enemy to whoop up on." And off they went in search of a new enemy. And that possum stayed there on the ground for a long time. He finally opened one eye, then the other eye. He didn't see any animals. He didn't hear any animals. And he slowly got up and off into the woods he slipped. Now, if you come upon Possum today and you startle him, he will play dead. And you know, that possum never did get a wife.